Hello everybody, welcome to the sound test room. Today we're going to take a look at ScalePlay by Rogaine. Okay, so we'll play scales and sequences of scales in lots and lots of different and various interesting ways. It contains 128 MIDI instruments. Is it 127? I don't know. But you can also assign it to MIDI as well, so you can get it to fire off another synth, which I'll show as well. Also has loads and loads of cool stuff. It has like, I don't know, 200 scales, different scales to choose from. You have visual representations of the scales here. You have the notation view here. You can expand the keyboard area so that you can see that once this plays, you'll see these different notes triggering off. I'll just show you. Now you'll also see here you have chords, and what will happen is once your C major here has tracked along this grid here, this matrix, this side, it will change to the E flat minor scale. So still on C major. And then back again. Okay, so this, I think you could, if you wanted to, say for instance, I wanted to play the same C major sequence, but in the same way, I just set all these the same here. So as you can see, this matrix stays the same for your chords, but this one will obviously, it will change per chord sort of thing. So while it's playing as well, we can also adjust and manipulate it. So let's just jump back to this. Sorry. Let's get back to our notation view as well. So that you just seen that what that does, that top one expands. This one here, if you watch the bottom when I hit that, will change the notation view. This is for your bass and treble, it's your clefs, and this recenters it to I think C4. So if you've kind of like moved around, it'll just recenter it there. Below here you have various tool drawing sections for this. So if I was to hit this now, sorry, if I was to hit now, I'm locked. Am I locked? No. Okay, so I need to, what is it now? Yeah. Okay, select my section here, and these are the different draw tools. You can see the way it'll draw the notes in. All set in with the key and the scale that you have. This will mirror this way, and this will mirror up and down. Okay, and that is like scale lock. Okay, so there you go. And then to change the actual scale, you just hit this little gearbox here, and then you can choose any scale you like. So we could go C flat major, and then the scale we could choose as, say, Mixolydian. Okay, so it would be so very cool. Now if we want to change our sounds and stuff like that, super simple. We just hit this little gear here, and you will see we get loads and loads of options now. So for instance, the sound now is F7 echoes. So let's change the MIDI sound to, say, kalimba. And then also while we're here, you have the way you're at the moment. Okay, look, see, it can lock the actual whole thing up as well here and all, but you can do that by this little padlock here. So for instance, chords here, playback, we can choose one chord. Now you see that change at the bottom there to one chord, two chord, and then we can choose to add more and more chords at the bottom, so we're not locked to one chord. So that's how we do that. Okay, so we'll leave it on two, and then you have octaves here, and that's the range of your octaves. Okay, now you have your phrase. No, let's just leave the octaves on 4 for now. The phrase section here, this is where you can add rows. See, we can just go down and have, say, 4 rows, and then we can add columns. I think we can add up to 32 columns. So you can see how cool this can get. I'll just show you the basics here, guys. So say for just 4 columns and 4 rows. Now, right now, let me just add more. Let me add some more rows. Let's show you the line tool. Let me add 8. Here you have a line. Now, can you see this is highlighting this? So let's set that on 3. Now, again, the same works for the step section. You can have more rows, you see, and then we can have more columns. Just let's jump out of that a sec. Now, if you have more columns, it's obviously going to take that amount of bars to change before it'll change to your next chord. So if you wanted to change, like after 1 bar, you set this to 1. If you wanted to change after 2, you set it to 2, etc. So the line tool. Let me show you what that does. And actually, let's, just for the sake of thing, let's set this on 1 chord. Okay. So we've just got 1 chord, C major in Mixolydian scale, with only a few columns and lines. Okay, so let's just play that on kalimba. Let's slow that down. Yes, that's our tempo, by the way. Now the line, that's important. You see this little switch here? If I hit it once, it will only play the notes below the line. I can select it, and I can do this while it's playing. So this will only play the notes above the line. And then both. Okay, so for the next section, let's just choose one of their thingies. Now this, you can see, has a load of chords in it, but only 2 columns, so it'll change quite quickly. So for instance, the idea of that. Of course, we can add more, change our instruments, do whatever we like. Now, the cool thing is about ScalePlay also is they've got you covered. Say, so for instance, we've built our track sort of thing. Now, this is audio bus compatible too, so you can run it as in the input and record into anything you like. Like I said, it is MIDI triggerable too, so you're covered there and all. If we hit this little thing here, we'll get to see all the chords that are in our song. Now, don't forget, you can add chords. It was a little bit confusing. You can add chords in the, let's close that here. To add more chords, you hit this little gear here and you add more chords there. So you can see this has got 8 chords, so traveling over 8 octaves, traveling over 1 octave. Let's set that for, oh no, sorry, I have to unlock. Before I can make any adjustments, you'll notice that some of their ones are locked up. Okay, so for instance, and that saves you making any mistakes. So let's have it set over 2 octaves, and let's see how that sounds. Very very cool. And if you were to do it over 3 octaves, obviously, well, let's do it. Let's do it while we're here. You'll notice an even greater difference. So we're 3 octaves up. Now, let's go back to that one there. That sounds better to me. Right, okay, so what you do is you're in this section, and what this allows you to do now, this is touch play, and you've got it on continuous, so it'll just keep. That will allow you to play any of your chords in any sequence you like, just by triggering them like that. So that's also fantastically cool. Also, as well, it has more than one instrument. So it has 128 sounds, but, and this is important, it has 6 instruments that you can work with. So it's a really good learning tool as well, especially if you're like a guitarist or a bass player. So we can change our instrument. Let's go to General here. And this is where you can see the instrument. Now, as soon as I change the instrument, now a piano is a piano keyboard, obviously, that's this there. But this will show you violin, you see, or, sorry, violin or viola, or we could do, say, mandolin, or guitar, or double bass, or cello, or your bass guitar sort of thing, or banjo. Now, this all is tuning for those instruments as well. Here's where you can set the instruments. This is what you can do when you can do it for left-handed. So if you're left-handed bass player, it's going to be easier for you to see. So for instance, let's choose guitar. Now, although this won't make any difference to the actual, you can. It's a great learning tool as well, and now also as well, this is how they get around this as well. Say for instance I want that F7 flatted ninth, where that is there, I just hit this, I think, is it this one? And not sure how this works now, I've forgotten. But there's a way that this just switches out to the next. Let me just get that back. There. Now let me see. Anyway, I don't know, but you can see that you can. There is. Let me just show you as well as a brilliant manual here. The documentation is superb. It really is good, and it makes it easy to understand as well. So obviously I haven't, I've not read it all, but I've read quite a bit of it. Anyway, there's ways to swap chords out and stuff like that, and things. Now let's see. Let's get onto this. Oh yeah, this one just above the gearbox is just a quick way to change. Okay, so I'm back to B flat, so I could go F7 flatted ninth there. So. Anything that goes grey, by the way, when it's playing, you can't adjust. So we can adjust the tempo. So you get how that works. So you can choose your instruments as well. Now let's see. Let's set it up for MIDI. Okay, so let's find a synth. Let me see. I like to, let's see. Okay. Yeah, let's use Laplace. I like using Laplace. It's cool. Yeah, it's quite. I'll use that sound to save time. So we go into settings, and we go to MIDI, and we go and see we're set on MIDI channel 1, and that's good because that's what we want, MIDI channel 1. And go to Laplace, go to settings, because this I might have had this, yeah, I've got to say it too. Yep. So theoretically now this should play Laplace as well. Yep. Now let's get a better sort of thing. And let's change our instrument to piano, since I'm a pianist. I'm a pianist. I'm a pianist. I'm a keyboard player. I'm really pianist. Yeah, let's pick another one as well. Let's choose this one. Okay, so we've got two chords here, F minor and C major, Mongolian and Arpeggio scale. That's see, yeah, but the cool thing is you can change your scales as well for every single thing. Like I said, you can have up to 32. So it's very cool. So now, at the moment, it will still be playing the sounds from this as well. So we're going to turn local audio off, or we can just mix the volume down and leave local audio on. So we could mix between the two sounds if we want to, but let's turn local audio off just so we can, and we're just going to get Laplace. And once we've done that, we can start to unlock it first. Unlock. So that's to do with tuning, that's recentering, covered that. There's your draw tools, covered your mirror imaging tools. I've explained what the line split does, explained how that you can change out your scales and stuff here for all these different scales. Explained that this is your quick change of scale here. I've covered how to add more chords and increase. Let's just see. I've explained about this, and yeah, that's quite self-explanatory. We've done there. Yeah, I've done the rows and columns, so you can increase up to I think 32. So seriously, go mentally here. Let's do 32, and let's do 12, I think then. Oh, we can do 12 rows, 32 columns. So yeah, up to 12 rows and 32 columns. So there's our maximum here. We could do this nice draw thing. Oh, let's do a sign in. This will start to get really high. So it's going to stay on that F minor forever basically. But you get the idea. All right, guys, there's ScalePlay. It's amazing because what you can do is just brilliant, and you can really dig in and get really complex. And for sequencing and stuff like that, if you're sequencing like Thor or something, the things you can get it to do over time are just phenomenal. Plus the fact that you'll learn as well. You can see. and you can see if you hit the corresponding, you can see what it is on the notation and the keyboard, which is super useful if you're learning as well. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this. If you have, subscribe to the channel, visit can't say that anymore, can I? Subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the video, please become a patron if you possibly can. It's from as little as $1 a month, guys. I need the help, to be honest. You know, I really do. I want me to carry on doing this, right? So I need to make some sort of living. I need to eat. All right, guys. Seriously. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later.